Trojan Sports Now.
Welcome back to Trojan Sports Now. The football team is over halfway through its bye week and really are getting 2 weeks now to prepare for a Georgia State team that defeated them last year. But this bye week was about more than just preparing for the next opponent.
It's really going to be important with this bye week. Basically, I know we're going to have overtime, but with the overtime, we got to get our bodies back right and get our schoolwork, catch up on our schoolwork, and basically get back in our playbook and get prepared for Georgia State. So to give us an extra week to prepare for them.
1 week from Saturday, October 15th. That's when the Trojans will look to take down the Panthers at the Vet. Kickoff is set for 2:30 p.m.
4 straight games have gone into overtime for the Troy soccer team, and they haven't been able to pull out a victory in either of them. But it's a new week and a new opportunity for the Trojans to improve upon their mark in the Sun Belt Conference. The Trojans currently have 5 conference points, and their upcoming opponent is tied for first place with 12. It's a rivalry game for the Trojans as they will travel down to Mobile, Alabama, and take on the Jaguars of South Alabama Friday night at 6 p.m.
South Alabama, need I say more? Well, how about this? The Trojans and Jaguars are both battling it out for a spot in the Sun Belt Conference Championships. And if you're wondering if that just adds a little more incentive to the matchup, the answer is yes.
Well, being that it's South Alabama is one thing, and it kind of cranks up the intensity a little bit. But right now we're both fighting to get into the playoff, and a win kind of gives us a little bit of a step up over the competition. So it's anytime you're in conference play, you've got to get wins, and being that it is South Alabama, it just adds more to it. And if we can pull out a win, we kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Hopefully the Trojans can root the soccer team on to a win on Friday night and then turn around Saturday and take down the Jaguars on the volleyball court. That matchup is set for 4 p.m.
Up next for Elliott Blount's cross-country team is the Doc Anderson Invitational back in Dothan on October 15th. With the Trojans coming off a performance at the JSU Foothills, I saw several Trojans set career bests. Maybe racing on their home turf will improve upon those marks.
And last week, head coach Rawia El-Sisi only took 3 Trojans to the Georgia Southern Invitational. Now this weekend, with her club traveling to face some better competition, she's expanding the squad.
This weekend is going to be exciting because we're taking 6 of the girls, so basically almost the full team, and we're going to go to Baylor. So we're going to have high competition of tennis. We got teams such as Mississippi State are going to compete, Wisconsin, Baylor, and Georgia State, who, the Sun Belt champs are going to be there too, and ULM. So it's going to be a lot of good quality tennis, and our players will face some ranked players, nationally ranked, so that's an opportunity for them. If they beat them, they can get ranked.
Waco, Texas will be the battleground for the Baylor Under Armour Invitational for the women's tennis team.
And just as the women's tennis team will be back on the courts this weekend, so will Scott Kidd's men's tennis team. Although he's holding 3 of his best players out of this weekend's competition, it's still a tournament that he's excited about.
We're excited. This will be 2nd year. This hosted by Mercer. Former coach Eric Hayes is the head coach there. So we're happy they invited us back. It's a tough tournament. Last year, it had Georgia Southern, UNC Wilmington, Georgia State. So it had several good teams, a lot of depth in the draw. We are going to, we're going to let Hassan, Andy, and Pablo sit back. They're not going to participate, but we're taking the rest of the team. So it'll give these younger players a lot of opportunity to step up and do something, and give us coaches to really kind of work with them in the matches and kind of see what we need to improve on.
The Trojans are packed and headed for the Mercer Gridiron Invitational that will be played from Friday through Sunday.
The Troy women's golf team will take a rest for a few weeks before heading up to Kiowa Island for the Palmetto Intercollegiate, hosted by Charleston Southern. And although the men's golf team wasn't in action this week, Matt Terry's club will be back swinging on the greens in competition on October 17th.
Well, that's all the time we have for Trojan Sports Now. Check us out online at youtube.com/Troy Trojan Vision to catch anything you missed.
For Jahmal Kennedy, I'm Ryan Renfrow. Thanks for joining us. And as always,
go Trojans.
Trojan Sports Now.